clearly things that the Minister of Finance, the Prime Minister's office control as opposed to what the BOJ does. I think the former would be more influenced by the political wrangling that is likely to happen given the diminished majority and the need for reaching out to beyond LDP partners. I mean, something that we have not really experienced. So it's been a bit of a shock as far as Japan is concerned. But you and I have seen this movie play out several times this year as well as in the past, where the incumbent does not really catch the anti-incumbency sentiment on the ground, and then all of a sudden it comes back to haunt them and really destabilize the political system. So I think there's a lot of hand-wringing and head-scratching going on in Japan right now as to the way forward, because this is really not status quo ante at all.
Do we need to mark down the growth metrics then on Japan until the dust settles?
And what we're seeing right now, the political turmoil, is this a sell Japan moment or signal?
I would say no, because independent of the political dynamic, for once, since I've started covering Japan more than 2 decades ago, there's a lot of tailwind in the economy. The weak yen has revitalized Japan's manufacturing sector. It turns out that all the digital disruption we're seeing, the Japanese entrepreneurs and manufacturers do play a fairly critical role in that emerging tech stack around the world on robotics and green transition and so on. So I think that Japanese company earnings, especially on the back of the weak yen, will remain robust. I'm not going to be a seller of the Nikkei. I would worry about inflation issues. I would worry about the yen if I'm long the yen, but I would not necessarily be short the Japanese economy.
So here's something to think about. We've talked about it before, right? The possibility, right? We're going to have to wait until, I think, November 11th for that special parliamentary session, right, which is going to be live or die for Ishiba, right? Before that, of course, coming up next, Wednesday, Thursday, November the 5th, we've got the elections. If that ends up being contested, there's the possibility we could have a situation where basically G1 and G2, well, got G1 and G3 rather, or G4, excuse me, right, are leaderless. There's going to be a vacuum. How are markets going to react to that?
Okay, Martin, I will take a breath and say that institutionally, both countries have an underlying core strength in place, that even if you have a lot of volatility at the very top around leadership accession, things progress as is. It is not the case that either the U.S. or Japan's defense, domestic civil policy, anything would be affected by the political volatility. For the markets, it will be a source of uncertainty. I think the uncertainty will manifest first and foremost on the currency. The dollar outlook, the yen outlook. As far as the medium term or even the near term economic growth outlook is concerned, U.S. and Japan, both are in pretty good shape. I wouldn't worry too much.